If you're a total beginner to the guitar and you want to get started off the right way, or if you've been playing for a little while and you've come to the realization that in order to improve, you actually are going to need to understand what notes you're playing. Whatever stage you're at in your guitar journey, at some point we realize that you're going to need to learn how to read music in order to take this thing any further. Now, people will often say that it's really difficult to learn to read music on guitar, and that in today's world, you're probably better off just using tabs anyway. If you can read music, you'll be able to learn songs way faster than you would with tabs or with tutorials. If you can read music, you're going to be a lot more in control of what you play. I found with my private students that this is really the best way to understand what notes you're playing on the guitar. And it's going to help you avoid a lot of the common mistakes and bad habits that I see a lot of beginners start with. So don't be scared. I think if you know the right things to focus on while you're learning to read, really anyone can do it. And it's not going to take a long time either. Most of my students are able to get comfortable reading full songs, even just in a couple of weeks of lessons. So let's get started. On any page of music that you'd want to read, the first thing that you'll see are these 5 lines. This is called the staff. Now, notes can be written on the staff in any one of the 5 lines, but also in any one of the 4 spaces between the lines. Each one of these spots up and down the lines and spaces represents a different note. We give each one of those notes a different letter name, and then from there we can find them on our guitar. That looks like a lot to memorize at once though, so we're going to start with just a couple at a time. If we place a note right here in the top space, right up near the top of the staff, this is an E note. And if you grab your guitar, I'll show you, you can find this note really easily just by playing the thinnest string, closest to the floor. That is an E note. Try and play a couple of those with me. Here we go. Now, if you're reading a real piece of sheet music, you'll probably see that there's a whole lot of other symbols on the page that we might not understand yet. And that's okay. Here's 2 of them. This one's called a clef. This one's called a time signature. We don't really need to worry about these for now. We'll cover them more in a later video, but for now, I just want you to focus on the E note. Remember, the E note can be found here in the highest space, right up next to the top of the staff. Notes come in a lot of different shapes on the staff, and each shape tells us something about the rhythm, or how long that note is supposed to last for. Now that duration we measure in beats. Now what are these beats, you might ask? Well, if you think about your heart beats, and hopefully your heart beats at a pretty steady pace, right? Well, music has a heartbeat too. You can feel the song's heartbeat when you dance along, when you stomp your feet to the music. So try this with me. Imagine a drum beating inside your chest. Try to control the pace. Try to match up to the same speed that I'm going. And each pulse of this imaginary drum, we're going to call 1 beat. Now, as a musician, it's your job to create this beat and to keep it steady so that each note that you play matches that heartbeat of the song. If we go back to our E notes again, we need to make each one of these notes last 4 beats long. So imagine that drum again, and we can count the beats here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really focus on hearing the count and controlling the pace of your drum so it matches me perfectly. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we'll go back to our E's. Be sure to focus on your inner beat and try to make each E last exactly 4 beats. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, one more shape that we're going to need to understand is this rectangle here. This is called a rest. And the rest works similarly to the note that we just played in that it's going to last for 4 beats. But instead of playing a note there, we're actually just going to rest by waiting silently. What you can do is after you play your E, lay your fingers down gently on the string just to stop it from vibrating. You don't need to hit it hard, just enough so that the string stops ringing. And you want to build a habit here of hovering all your fingers near the notes that you're going to play so that you can play an E and come down to rest. E, come down to rest. You see I don't have to move very far. Try to keep your fingers hovering here while you're playing. Try it with me now. Watch the page, and all we have to do is play an E and let it ring out for 4 beats whenever we come to a note. Or if we come to a rest, we'll stop the string ringing with our fingers and count out the 4 beats of rest. Here we go. Imagine that drum inside you to set your inner pulse again. Hover your fingers over here so that you're ready to rest. And let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, well, we'll try one more exercise where we put all this together. But to recap, we learned how to find the E note on the staff and how to play it on the guitar by striking the thinnest string. That's an E. We learned how to imagine a drum inside of you. That's really going to help you connect with your inner pulse, which is important because we really want to measure that every note we play rings out for 4 beats. And lastly, we learned how to hover your fingers in the right spot so that you can easily lay your fingers down to rest. Sound good? Okay, last exercise for today. This one's a little bit longer, so be sure to keep your eyes on the page. I want you to look ahead to be prepared, really try to focus on your inner beat, and try your best. Let's see if we can read these notes and rest together. Here we go. Let's try it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, great job. And if you got it perfect, that's amazing. But if you didn't, don't worry, you can just rewind and try it again. I think if you really focus on your inner beat, you'll be able to get it right after just a couple of tries. Well, thank you so much for joining me on your first steps into reading music on the guitar. If you have any questions about what we covered today, please feel free to leave me a comment and follow along for the next video in the series where we will take a look at a couple more notes. Have fun, enjoy your practicing, and have a wonderful day.